Excuse me, sir. Are there any other male hygienists here?
Why, yes, there is. And that's Profi King to you, kid. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to be talking about, are there male hygienists out there? So this is a question I actually get a lot. There's a lot of males wanting to enter the field but have those reservations about whether or not they could make it. So I'm just going to answer a couple questions today directly for the men. Are there male hygienists? You're looking at one of them. Now, there is a statistic that is obvious and known. Females dominate the career field. And the statistics specifically are about 96% of hygienists in the field are women, and that leaves us with the 4%. So 4% makes up the male population in dental hygiene. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, that 4 is a strong 4, okay? We are very unique. They like to call us actually the unicorns of the industry, and I haven't heard not one bad thing about anyone who's worked with a male hygienist. Contrary to belief, because of the unknown, because of people who don't know or not being a common thing, sometimes negativity starts to birth itself, where you think that as a male, you're gonna be more rough. Maybe you're not gonna get as many job opportunities. Maybe it is just awkward that you're a male and a hygienist. But all of that stuff is false. So any of that mental garbage that you have, I need you to throw that out, because none of it is real. I dealt with it being in hygiene school. I had a lot of fear and anxiety starting off in my clinic days because I thought that maybe the patients would not be as receptive to me as a hygienist. But that was completely the opposite. And one thing I wish that I would have thought of, and I don't know why it didn't resonate, is that dentists were primarily men. So it's just a shift of job title, essentially. A dentist can be a man or woman, but in a lot of cases, it's never looked at in such a strange way that the dentist is a man. So being a hygienist or being an assistant as a man is not really as weird as people like to make it seem, or like we like to convince ourselves that it is, or some kind of problem. Next question is it harder finding a job? In my experience, no, it hasn't been harder. It actually, I feel like, was a lot easier. Being a male hygienist does bring a uniqueness to the office, and a lot of times offices are very receptive, and plus men just generally are very much more lax and more mission oriented. So having a man on the team as a hygienist is actually a benefit to a lot of offices as they see it. Okay, real big one. Have you ever had a patient decline services because you're a man? Yes, once. One time. I've been practicing since 2016, so we're going on about 5 years now practicing as a hygienist, and it only happened one time, and that was actually in school. Oh no, I'm sorry, I lied, hang on. Twice. First time was in school, and it was a woman because of her religious beliefs. I think it was her husband. Her husband didn't want her to be seen by a man, which was completely respected. There wasn't a big issue with that. We just switched her appointment to another hygienist, and I didn't feel bad about it at all, because what am I gonna feel bad for? It's her religious beliefs or her husband's wishes. That's not affecting me at all. The second time, I had a patient who had a really small mouth, and she kind of had anxiety about having too big of hands. Now, I wear size large gloves, but one of the things that we talked to that patient about was that we're not sticking our whole hand in your mouth. we're using fingers. We use, you'll learn if you're deep in your studies in instrumentation, you know that with the fulcrum on that tooth, and you're just rocking the instrument. So you're not really sticking your whole hand in, you're actually using the tools as extensions of your fingers. So we kind of explained that to her, and we gave it a shot, and she was good. And I saw her as a patient, but she was just nervous that my hands were going to be too big, that's all. It wasn't really anything pertaining to necessarily her disdain for me because I'm a man, or she didn't want to see me because I'm a man. She just didn't want somebody with really big, bulky hands in her mouth. Another question that I get, and something that I actually thought of also while I was in school, is it gonna be weird when I walk into the room to see a male patient being a male hygienist? No, not at all. I don't know where we come up with these things and why they poison our mind like this, but we gotta get away from that. We gotta get away, because a lot of times it's actually just like when you go to the barbershop. A lot of the talk and conversations and energy is very similar to the conversations we have when we're at the barbershop. And in a lot of ways, I think that a lot of the male patients respond to oral hygiene education coming from a man. I think it's different when a man is talking to another man to man, about flossing, about your oral hygiene habits, about your breath, about the health of your teeth and your mouth. I think when that happens, it's something different. It's a little magic that happens there. Ooh, okay. So I've gotten questions about tattoos, beard, and the guns. These are dangerous. So I have had patients who have seen my build and have thought after the fact. They say it after the fact. They never say it before, but they say, yo, I thought you was gonna hurt me, man. Or I have had guys joke around, be like, hey man, don't hurt me. But in all honesty, almost every patient that I've seen, or a lot of patients that I've seen, I actually think that I'm more gentle than the females that they've had in the past. No shade to the females, no shade. I'm just saying. And as far as the tattoos and beard, I think as long as you keep a neat appearance, a neat and professional appearance, and in the way that you carry yourself and in the presence that you bring to the practice, I don't think any of these things are actually a problem, because most of the time nowadays we're actually covered up, whether it be with a mask or now shields and just fully donned gowns. But even before all of that, and before the COVID-19 kind of changed the way we operate in the dental setting, as long as you had a clean and professional vibe and essence about you that fit the practice, it didn't matter. Tattoos, a lot of times nowadays you'll actually see dentists with tattoos, very successful entrepreneurs with tattoos, and front desk people with tattoos. I've even seen people with tattoos on their hands, and they work in the front with the patients, no gloves and things like that. So if you have tattoos, beard, or guns, you might want to get those registered, but it's not going to stop you from getting a job and being a dental hygienist. Are there any downsides to being a male hygienist? I'm sorry to tell you, but no. I feel like being a male hygienist, I've only experienced benefits. Beneficial in the sense that we are just unique in what we bring to the practice. All right, so that is it for the topic for the day, but I did want to talk to you guys about something that's really important in my life, something I just want to share with you all, is I will be officially hanging up the jersey, or should I say the scrubs. I'm hanging up the scrubs because I accepted a position that was offered to me with Driven Dental Implant Marketing and Business Development. So I am super excited. Like, there's no words, but I'm excited about that journey and that opportunity. But I'm also excited about having a little bit more flexibility and time to actually drive more content for you guys and build more of the business side of what I'm trying to do as far as helping you all, and just all of the ideas that I have for my businesses going forward. Thank you all so much for being on this journey. I am leaving the operatory, but I'm not leaving dentistry. Stay tuned, because things are really about to get real. So I want to thank y'all for watching the video up to this point. If you are new here and you got some value out of this video, please think about hitting that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you're notified anytime I upload. And yeah, y'all, so I just want to leave y'all with this. In life, make sure that everything you do it with love. Peace.